What's going on, guys? JWS Customs back here with you, and today we have a special video for you today. If you'll remember a while back, if you follow us on Instagram, you will see that we posted something that I was going to get a truck. Specifically a Volkswagen Rabbit. Well, after months of looking, months of people doing me around, saying they'll keep it for me, saying they'll keep it for me, going to look at it, saying they'll, and then they go right and sell it out from under me. Well, I finally found one. It was West Virginia, a bit of a trip. I would have shown you guys the whole trip down, but my grandfather was with me. He really didn't want to be in them, so I respected his wishes. And well, I'll show you guys around the truck and explain a little bit more about it once I get around to showing you guys the exterior of it. I mean, right now, as I'm walking away, there's a little bit of an overview to it. Yeah, it's alright. Needs a little bit of work. It's a project for us. Something to get us through the winter. But I'll explain more here after I take you around the vehicle. Alright guys, so you've seen the overview of the truck. I mean, it needs some work. The fenders on it, all four fenders need some rust fixed. Minor rust though, just on the inside of the wheel wells need fixed, and the exterior a little bit. Then the floorboards, both floorboards on the driver's side and passenger side do have a small little hole in them. But I was thinking maybe just throw a little bit of a little bit of sheet metal in there for right now, just drive it around, putz around, wait till winter comes around, put it in the garage and then go through it fully. Or if it gets down to it and it starts to get colder and starts snowing soon, with who knows how this weather's gonna go, might just end up putting it in the garage pretty early and finishing it. But my goals for it right now is just to get it to run and drive on its own power. Stops on its own power. The only thing I need to put back into it, as you can see in the overview, was fuel injection pump is sitting right now on my workbench. The gentleman had it out because he was going to use it for his other truck that he had. He had two Volkswagen Rabbit trucks. This one that I bought was going to be his project for over this winter. But the white one, he has a white one, he said. He fixed up. He used this one. He took like a part or two off of it. He took like the windshield wiper motor. I was like, okay, well, it's not that bad. It's like maybe 10 bucks. I found it, it's about like 11 bucks. I was like, okay, that's fine. So we ended up going through that. He showed me the parts that he took off. He just took the wipers off, took the motor out, and he showed me the fuel injection pump sitting there in the front seat. So I was like, okay, this is alright. I was like, so when's the last time it ran? He told me, he's probably like, oh, the thing was parked about 2 or some years ago whenever he got it, but he bought it for a gentleman that had it sitting out in his field too, so I don't know when the last time it ran. The last inspection date on it is 16th, but I believe it's been sitting longer than that. I don't know for sure. I don't know the full story on it, but I do know it did run and it did drive, and when it was parked it was running. So I mean, obviously you can't go off what people say anymore whenever they say it was running whenever parked. But I'm going to go through with it, and I'm thoroughly going through the engine right now, trying to look at the parts, refigure out the wiring on it, put it back together, so hopefully I can get it to run and drive under its own power here before the end of this month, or maybe by the beginning of November, oh boy. But yeah, a little bit about the truck. It's a 1.6 diesel, it's a 4-speed. I mean, that's all the more I can think of right now. I'm probably brain farting a lot of it, but cool little truck. It's a little project for us all, so we can learn more about it and get through it through the winter, and eventually you will see us at meets with these. I would love to take us things to some meets. I'm hoping to take it to one here next month or this coming month. Obviously it's going to be on a trailer. It's not going to be able to run and drive on its own power yet. But if you do see us there, be sure to come over, say hi to us, tell us you've seen us. Maybe we'll shout you out a little bit. But yeah. So as you guys seen in the overview of the truck too, there are the speakers right, let me see if I can get my finger in there, oh boy, up there. And the interior back here, the door panels are all off. We took them off because the door handles, whenever we clicked them, they were a little loose, but now, as you can see, sorry, not too well, but they pull open a lot easier than they did. Whenever we pulled them open, it was like trying to break open the gates fell off. It was hard. So we ended up taking the door panels off, clean off the door panels. Amazing what bleach can do. Holy crap, whitening things right on up. But took the door panels off, cleaned the door panels, got in the inside, sprayed the handle mechanisms, the handle gears in there, cords, and we did the wiper crank too, because that was a little stiff on the passenger side. It loosened up a little bit, but it's still a little rough. So I'll end up probably taking the door out a little more, see what's all in there, see what I can fix. Or maybe just throw some little WD-40 in there and see where she gets me for now, until I find another door. But, about the truck, forgot to mention too, after I showed the overview, you see there's a couple trash bags in a box there. I don't know if there's the girl right, oh boy, there, yeah, big points, fantastic. But as you see these bags right up in here, well, that is another engine and trans in there. The guy said it came with 2 engine and trans. I'm like, well, is at least 1 engine or trans inside the truck? He said, yes, there's an engine and trans inside the truck that do run. There's one obviously outside the truck, which is sitting right there, and a box of parts that will get the truck running again, or you can use the engine and trans as a spare or just a fixer-upper during winter. So I said, okay. There's probably going to be a project for winter, or if I don't find another motor to maybe swap into it after I mess around with 1.6 a little bit. But yeah, I was looking for something just to mess around with, to play with, and obviously get better mileage than what mine sitting outside there does now. It's a pain. But we will eventually take these to meets. This thing for sure will be, I'm going to try to make it eye candy, or I might try to make it look the rusty look on it, or keep the original paint on it. Because the original paint on it, as you can see, oh boy, it's a little dark. But the original paint on it is actually fantastic, it looks like. I mean, obviously it's a little rough, starting to peel off the metal, but it shows the older look. And, I don't know, a lot of people like the older look. I'm starting to grow into it, after seeing a lot of people what they're doing with it. And just clear coating it and keeping it. It looks nice. Looks like a regular work truck. But obviously, this little thing, I don't know if you want to consider it a work truck, more than a just daily commute truck. But the guy before this gentleman I bought it off of did put a tow package on it, and the wiring to it. The wiring's all looking like a rat's nest back there. I ended up taking that out, probably taking the hitch off and just putting a roll pan on it. But yeah, I don't know what the guy would have been able to pull with this. I mean, it probably can pull a little more than I'm imagining, but I'm thinking like maybe a little quad trailer, something like that, we'd be able to pull. But okay, I know this wasn't much of an overview, but where I'm going to end up drawing it to a close, because this week I'm hopefully going to be able to get more content for you guys about the truck. I mean, I have a gentleman coming hopefully this week sometime to retime the injection pump, because I had knocked it out of time. I know she would make. And he's just going to look over the engine too to make sure the engine's all on time, but I don't see why it wouldn't be. But he's just going to do it over for me, look it over, and see if everything's alright. And we'll see where we go from there. But again, sorry for the scarce content. We've all been a little busy. Current update, Wyatt has lost his car. It threw a rod through the end of the block. So, rip Wyatt's car. I know. You can rip Wyatt's car in the comments there. It'd be fantastic. But, that's there. Scott, he's doing more improvements to his car. We're always looking to improve. We're always improving. So, never stops. But, as you all know, if you all have any idea or any comments for us down there in the comment, or for me in the comments, of what we should do with this truck, what we should look for, maybe what we should fine tune or what we should do. Any ideas will be fantastic. Y'all can just throw them down there in the comments. That'd be freaking ridiculously great. And that's about all, guys. I'm sorry it's a little scarce. Sorry it's my first time, it's my first video. Woo! Right, my turn. But thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at JWS Customs, and we will keep you updated there of how the build's going and when the next content's coming out. So if y'all follow us on there, you'll see when the next video and content's coming out. And yeah, thanks for joining me in my first video. Bye, guys.